What's up, Leo? It's Chelsea, and I'm going to be giving you your monthly horoscope for April. I'm sick. I don't know if you can hear it, but that doesn't matter. So first we have Mars trine Pluto at 19 degrees Taurus and Capricorn. So Taurus is actually square Leo, so this might be a little bit hard. But I'm starting to feel as though, like, especially when you have outer planets that are squaring or just making an aspect to your natal planets, especially like a harsh aspect, right? It's not so much that the aspect is harsh. It is, but what it is it puts you in a house that is not an easy house to be in. So it's kind of like, so Mars is going to be in Taurus, which is square Leo. But Taurus is Leo's 10th house of reputation and career. So to me, that's not necessarily like, like an internal square is a little different in my opinion. But when it comes from the sky, it's more so just putting you in a house that's a little bit, that's difficult. So 10th house is career, it's reputation, it's how people see you. And it can be a difficult house because you want things to be flawless. You want people to see you as, perfect, especially if you're a Leo. You know what I mean? Like, you want people to see you as somebody as having a lot of worth, a lot of value, just like a quality person. And you want that to be your career self, your front self, the thing that people know about you. And Mars will be trine Pluto, so Pluto is going to be in Capricorn, which is your 6th house, which is the house of hard work, the house of your body. Again, these are both things like career and reputation has a lot to do with your routines, your daily routines, how you take care of your body, how you, how people see you. There have been many studies about how the way you dress, the way you look, whether you're overweight, underweight, whatever, tall, short, black, white, whatever, all those things can influence whether you get a job or not. And those are 6th house things, in terms of your health and just your weight and your appearance, not really, but like just your health. And I don't want to like throw shade on any like overweight people. I'm not saying you can't be overweight, although some studies do show that the more overweight you are, like the less likely people will see you as competent. That's neither here nor there. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that's what the studies show. But what I'm saying is that, let's say you do have a problem with your weight and you are trying to lose weight. When you lose that weight, you can end up improving your career and your reputation. But aside from like actual physical features, let's say you're trying to get a promotion. If you put in that daily 6th house effort, that routine of getting to work on time, going overtime when need be, but not too much. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of putting in routines to show that you are doing the work, that's going to reflect on the 10th house. So anyway, this is a trine, and that is always a breezy aspect. I think it's like the breeziest aspect in astrology. It's Mars trine Pluto. Mars is going to give you this boost of energy, and Pluto is also going to give you a boost of energy. These are planets with like energy reserves. Mars is a soldier, and he'll keep going till the death. And Pluto is, subconscious energy. It's controlling. It's a very intense drive. You might want to watch out for enemies. It's a trine aspect, so it's like I'm not really expecting a lot of drama, but like 6th house is enemies. Mars is a fighter, so it's like maybe now's a good time. Now's a good time to fight your enemies. No, now is a time where if enemies rise up, you can defeat them better. Like, especially if you face a lot of enemies just based on your chart in general. Shout out to Saturn in the 6th house. But yeah, if you face a lot of enemies in general, then this is a time when you'll be able to fight a lot of them off easily, or easier. Right, so that's first. That's going to be from April 6th to April 7th. Next we have Venus square Saturn square Moon. So it's like a little T square. Venus will be in Pisces in 27 degrees. Saturn will be in Sag in 27 degrees. And Venus is still in retrograde. So I see this. We've been tested a lot by Saturn recently. And right now Saturn is like in your favor in that Saturn is in a fire sign. So its influence is going to make a trine to you, which is easy. Saturn is never really easy though, don't get me wrong. It's a harsh malefic planet. But you could just kind of take that as, since Saturn will be in your 5th house, I want to say. Yeah, Saturn is going to be in your 5th house and Venus is going to be in your 8th house. So you may start experiencing a lot of transformations with relationships or money, other people's money. You may have a lot of inner transformations. You may start to get passionate about the occult in the wrong way. Now is definitely not a time to sacrifice integrity. Now is not a time to overlook details in terms of other people's money. Don't do it. The moon is in Virgo, which is I think your 2nd house. No, it is. Yeah. So again, with wealth and finances and resources, these things can materialize in 2nd house matters. So your sense of self-worth, or the quality of the things you keep around you, how you comfort yourself. Try not to do too much comfort eating, you know. Sorry, good. Yeah, and so yeah, we're gonna have this square again when Venus goes direct, but the moon will not be involved. So try and look for the same themes. And during that time, I'll talk about that in a couple of minutes, Venus will be going direct, so it's going to be a different feel. Now that Venus is going retrograde, I think we're still assessing. We're still trying to see how we can learn from the things that we see. So like I feel like when Venus is in retrograde, it's a good time to almost be like a scientist, like just observe what's going on instead of making any snap judgments or decisions, even if it's very obvious to you. It could be that, you know, Venus is going retrograde and you're seeing all these things so clearly, like, wow, this person's fake, that person's fake, this person's fake, I should just cut them off right now. But the universe just wants you to wait until it goes direct before you cut them off. So you can end up seeing all these signs, and when it goes direct, you still feel that way, which is how it should be. It could be that if you were to take action when it was retrograde, it would backfire, or you would seem like the one who's irrational when in fact you're not. That's fine. Just observe what Venus is trying to tell you, and during the next square, you may be called to action. Saturn tests us, and we have to rise to the challenge. Anyway, third thing, oh yeah, that's on April 9th through April 11th. Third thing that's going on, Mercury is retrograde at 4 degrees Taurus on April 11th. So again, Mercury retrograde, you know, communications haywire, wompty womp. Just be careful. Yeah, your 10th house. So I think this is again a good time to revise your resume. You want to make sure that you're projecting yourself well. A lot of people may misunderstand you during this time, and misunderstand your ambitions in terms of career. They may not truly understand where you're trying to go with your career, so you may want to put extra effort to be clear. And yeah, like, I see this for you, Leo, as just really taking the extra step to be very clear about your career ambitions, your goals, and how you represent yourself to the world. Especially if you're doing anything online, if you're submitting resumes online, applying for jobs online, writing a book, writing anything, if you do blogs, if you even just do like internet videos, anything, just be careful, because people may misjudge your self-worth. They could inflate it or they could deflate it, and you just don't want that. And just good time to assess yourself and how you think about yourself in terms of these things. Okay, so Venus is going direct. Yes. Venus is going direct. on April 16th. 16th, yes. In 26 degrees Pisces. So we're done with all this Venus drama. I was tired of it. I still am tired of it. That's fine. So Venus goes direct in Pisces. Pisces is your 8th house. So you may really feel renewed. You may feel like you have found new friends who may even be part of the occult. Again, I really hate the word occult. I just feel like it's like it's lost its true meaning, you know? Because now occult people think like skulls and like satanic rituals, and it's like, no, it's literally just anything that's not mainstream. Any undercover hidden knowledge. That's how I think of occult. And I think that's how you should interpret 8th house matters. Taboo things in society, things that like the majority of people are not into. And Aquarius is Aquarius energy, 8th house is Scorpio energy, but Aquarius energy is like unique, things that other people are not involved in, like just unique, and it makes them popular. It's like a good thing. But 8th house Scorpio energy is like isolating. It's the taboo hidden secrets, and it's not necessarily, it's only isolating if it really comes to light, but it's not like you don't necessarily stand out for it. Most people don't even know what's going on. Most people don't even know what's going on. So it's like you could have like a kindergarten teacher, right? And she's just chilling. Nobody really knows about her life like that. But like undercover, she goes to like satanic sermons. Sorry, I hate to use like satanic, so that's like the only thing. But like, she's like undercover, like part of some like weird hidden cult that like nobody knows about, and like you just wouldn't expect it, and that type of thing is really taboo. Or maybe she like participates in orgies like every Saturday, you know what I mean? Like that's taboo. It's not talked about in society. It's not wrong, it's just not common. And it's different from like, that same teacher just like loving like, records from 1940s. Like that's different. That's like Aquarius energy. That's neither here nor there. Like nobody really cares. Sure, they can bring it back, but like nobody really cares. But yeah. So you may start finding a lot of pleasure and even a stronger sense of self-worth when you look at like taboo things in society and like where you fit into that. So yeah, just get ready to feel the energy of Venus. It will feel less intense, but because when it's retrograde, it's closer to the Earth, and then when it's direct, it's not as close. But you still will feel more of a go-ahead type of energy, more of a action-oriented energy, even though it's in a feminine sign. And it's your 8th house, and then it's gonna move into your, I think 7th. Is it? No. It's gonna move into your 9th house right afterwards. So yeah, just watch out for that. Anyway, Mercury conjunct Sun on April 20th in 0 degrees Taurus. That's one of those really special degrees. It's the baby of the sign. 0 degrees Taurus, and Mercury is going retrograde right now. So the sun can illuminate things for us. It can show us things that we didn't already know about ourselves. Because the sun, if you think of like houses, right? And let's say like Jupiter's in a house. All of a sudden he's just gonna like drop $50 on the floor there. And if you do activities related to that house, you may find those $50 that Jupiter dropped off for you. Let's say Saturn's in a house. He's gonna drop a boulder, really cold, hard rock in that house, and you might bump into something because you didn't know, because Saturn is harsh. So the sun is like, in my opinion, the sun is like a candle in the house. It's gonna illuminate everything. You're gonna see everything, see where you're going, understand what's going on. Mercury is communication, but since it's retrograde, I feel like this is communication in code. It's not that we can't understand it, we're just gonna have to take a lot more time to understand it. Usually when things are written in plain English or whatever your first language is, you can just read it through and that's not a problem, you totally understand it. But now it's like in reverse. Now it's in code, and now it's in Pig Latin, or like, what is that? Not Roman numeral. you know, those things where it's like the dots and the dashes that like the army people use. Basically, that's what it is when Mercury is in retrograde. And so the sun is going to illuminate that for you during this moment. And since it's in Taurus, you want to think about what makes you comfortable. Specifically for you, Taurus is in your 10th house. So what makes you comfortable in terms of your career? When do you feel most comfortable in your career? Is it when you're winning awards? Is it when you fall into a really great schedule and a really great routine at work and you're feeling good? Is it when you're being recognized for your talents? What makes you feel good about your career at work? What is it about your career that you like and your reputation that you like or that you want to project more? So the sun can help us find out about that, and Mercury will show it to us probably in a code. But since the sun is there, we will actually get to see it. And it's a very, on a very base level, what makes you feel good, because it's a 0 degree in Taurus. And Taurus is about comfort, you know, and quality. Anyway, then that's on April 20th. So now we have Venus square Saturn again, 27 degrees Pisces and Sag. Now Venus is direct. So now you may want to take action based on things that you experienced during the last square. If those same things resurface, which you can expect them to resurface, you want to take action this time. There's no need to not take action this time. Again, Pisces is your 8th house of transformation. Sag is your 5th house. Now, I'm not saying put a spell on someone. Don't put a hex on someone. You know what I mean? I'm just saying now is a good time to take action and really receive the information that you're being told and that you were told before. Yeah, squares are harsh, like I've said before, but you get good things from squares. That's just how they work. Okay, and that's from April 21st to 23rd. Next up, we have Mercury conjunct Uranus in 25 degrees Aries from April 28th to 29th. Mercury is still in retrograde. So, yeah, basically, at this time, the codes that you've been receiving from Mercury can go viral like that. Uranus is the type of energy, it's electric, you know, boogie woogie woogie. Like, no, Uranus is like, it is electric. It's the type of thing where you become like a YouTube sensation overnight, or like, fame is often signified by Uranus. Probably sudden fame, you know what I mean? Even though sudden events are kind of like Scorpio energy, Uranus is still very much so like sudden good, you know, technological advancement, unique energy, intelligence, those types of things. Especially with Mercury too. If any of you guys are in academia, like now's a great time to, especially in research, now's a great time to have a eureka moment. And Aries is your 9th house. So you may find yourself in a different location, or you may find a really great opportunity to travel to a different location, or to gain skills that are unique, very unique, or have to do with a foreign land. I mean, you could learn new language or find an opportunity to learn new language, sure, but also you could gain the opportunity to learn a skill that's very important in a different location, and then could possibly help you go to that location. You may find yourself in that location all of a sudden, you know. So that's April 28th through 29th, 25 degrees Aries. Then we have Pluto retrograde in 19 degrees Capricorn on April 26th. So you're not really going to feel this. Pluto's very far away, but you just want to be cognizant of it. When Pluto goes retrograde, we're now assessing our deepest psychological issues. You know, as somebody who goes through therapy, I swear by it. Like, it's so integral. Like, I have Venus square Pluto. What would I be without therapy? You know what I'm saying? What would I be? So now's a good time for therapy. You may start to, because you want to assess your subconscious. You may, and whatever therapy means to you, you don't have to go and sit in on a bench and, like, you know, have somebody talk to you. You know what I mean? You don't have to sit and talk to a stranger, basically. Like, you just have to do whatever. It's kind of like a lot more self-care, reassessing your self-care. Do you even practice self-care? You know, maybe what you thought was self-care was not good enough. So yeah, definitely themes of self-care. And Capricorn for you is your sixth house. So like daily routines. Where is your energy like slowly dying out? Where are you slowly but surely picking at like a subconscious wound? You know what I mean? For example, classic example, you may be binge eating because you're covering up a wound from your childhood, and you may not know this, but your daily routines show it because every day you order 2 burgers from McDonald's, a whole pizza for yourself. You know, no shade. I'm just saying, like, these are unhealthy routines. These are routines that lead to death, sudden death, heart attack, you know what I mean? Which is Pluto energy. So you want to assess your daily routines and figure out what you're doing that could possibly lead you down the wrong path. And it may take a long time because Pluto is a very intense, slow-moving planet that gets to the core. You're not going to solve childhood trauma in one day. I mean, we all wish that it could be done, but it's not. It doesn't work like that. So it may take a very long time. This is just the beginning. All right, so now we're going to highlight the moon trines. The moon is going to be in Gemini, trining Jupiter. If you don't really know why I'm highlighting moon trines, look at the month before. It's just that the moon materializes stuff. Jupiter is the planet of all good things, period. So that's why I highlight the moon trines. So April 2nd, the moon will be in Gemini and Jupiter is in Libra. And then April 21st, the moon will be in Aquarius and Jupiter's in Libra. So these houses for you, Leo, are the 7th house of relationships, the 3rd house of communication and the internet, and the 11th house of recognition and social groups. So definitely tune into what your friends are doing and like how your friends are feeling and like if they have any opportunities for you to succeed in life. Yeah, that's all I have. And also remember that these moon trines, it's not like you're just going to win the lotto. You may also find an epiphany in terms of philosophy, your life philosophy, what you believe in things. You may end up changing your mind about something, which is just as good as finding $50 on the ground, you know? Anyway, that's all I have. I'll see you next month. Bye.